Welcome, dear listeners. I'm Jonathan Carlin.
And I'm Benjamin Carlin.
And we invite you to join us through the Griffin door, your one-way ticket to the enchanting world of Harry Potter. So grab your wands and dust off your broomsticks and join us as we unlock the potion-stained pages of the Half-Blood Prince Chapter 5, An Excess of Phlegm. Phlegm is a word where it is exactly the right word for what it is.
They found the word of phlegm.
It is the name of phlegm.
There can be no two ways about it.
Yeah.
And as I look at the word on the page, spelled P-H-L-E-G-M.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you've got the PH, which is not like totally uncommon, but like it's not F.
It's not F.
Although F could also probably play.
It would work, yeah.
Phlegm.
Because just F-L-E-G-M is just an uncomfortable spelling as well.
It really is, yeah. So you know what? I'm not going to blame the PH.
Yeah.
It's the G.
It's the G.
It's the G that does it. It's like any amount of like nasal. It sounds like I'm sounding like a pharmaceutical commercial.
Right.
Do you have nasal congestion?
Right.
Yes. But any like nasal congestion includes the letter G.
Yeah.
Like when you have. And this is so bad, but Addison in her class right now has a friend named Booker, but she keeps referring to him as Booger.
Booger. Hey, it's Booger.
Booger. Yeah. It's like,
funny.
Booger's similarly good word for what it is though.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's like, that's a booger.
That's a booger. That's a bogey.
It could be nothing else.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But, I did not know what bogeys were when we started reading Harry Potter as a kid for the longest time.
Oh.
Like even like the bat bogey hex, I don't think I like interpreted as like bogeys.
Right. Like I turned your bogeys into bats.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. The big flapping things.
The big flapping things.
Anyway, so then as we look at the chapter art here for chapter 5, we also have Fleur Delacour.
Yes, we do. Making her triumphant return.
That's right. And a name, and maybe I mentioned this last chapter, I'm not sure, but like I struggle with her name. Like not inside of like the book or the selection or anything like that. It's literally me saying it. Like when it's like Fleur Delacour, it's like I don't feel like it sounds that bad.
Right.
But then if I take away the Delacour, it just sounds like I'm saying Fleur.
Right.
Like Fleur,
because like
Fleur?
I guess I know. I guess it's like Fleur. Like
Fleur.
Fleur. But it's like it feels so much like it's because she's so graceful.
Right.
It feels so much like Fleur and Delacour are supposed to rhyme. And it's like, if you say Fleur Delacour, then it does.
Right.
But her name's not Fleur. It's Fleur.
Fleur. Exactly.
Fleur Delacour.
Delacour?
Fleur Delacour.
That's from the Delacours right on down the street. You can go by their auto body shop and get your tires changed.
There is nothing Fleur Delacour owns less than a tire shop.
You know what though? I mean, just think about it. Like what if they cast the Harry Potter characters into the Fast and the Furious franchise?
Man, yeah.
And Harry's obviously Brian.
Right.
Dumbledore is Vin Diesel.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
The mentor character who survives.
That's right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Harry / Brian.
I mean, yeah. What does that make Letty? Is that like Grindelwald as Letty?
Wait, Letty?
Right?
Like the Letty, like Vin Diesel's girl. Oh.
Yeah. You see what I mean?
I see what you mean.
You see what I mean?
Okay. So yes, Grindelwald is Dumbledore / Vin Diesel's girlfriend.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Loving how this is going.
I know it's all fit together so well.
Mm-hmm.
Ron probably, it has like some type of just cool, like orange, kind of hideous design.
Ron's got to be Luda or Tyrese,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he did the stare and drive, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. He got that from me.
Okay.
Right? Does that make Eva Mendes like Cho Chang? Like the one he dated for like one movie before getting back with his best friend's sister.
Well, yeah.
See, it makes more sense if Vin Diesel is Ron.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because then Letty is Hermione, and then the sister can be Ginny.
Okay. You know what? We've gotten there.
Okay, we did. Yeah.
That's
right.
better. But anyway, so then the Delacours own like an auto body. They sell tires.
So they do.
And stuff like that. So you got Fleur and like this whole like mechanic.
Right. Vin Diesel / Ron just cannot stand. He's like French. French motors. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Brian?
Brian.
I'm American Muscle. I'm American Muscle Car in human form, Brian.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
In human form.
In human form. What'd I say?
No. You said it. You said it.
Yeah.
It's just to think of Vin Diesel as American Muscle in human form. It's like, I see what they were going for.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're going for.
But so Ron Weasley, so they must have Rupert Grint just positively yoked.
Yeah. Oh, he has been lifting.
He's been
in the gym lifting engines with chains on pulleys and doing all that stuff.
Sipping on Coronas.
And diesel fuel, you know?
Anyway, I love this new headcanon, and we should definitely create it. Wizards, but they street race.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, Jay, without any further ado, would you like to open with the first sentence of the chapter?
I like to imagine Harry and Draco are out there racing for like pink slips with their brooms, you know?
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Yeah.
So wait, okay, so it's not actual cars. They're brooms.
Right, I guess it's brooms now.
Right, yeah.
I only race for pink straws.
Pink straws.
Yeah.
It's like, can you imagine though, if like they had like underglow and speakers?
Oh my gosh, yes.
You
get the underglow.
You show up in the parking lot, there's like dudes in Leatherman jackets or whatever, like leaned up against like their broomstick.
Leatherman robes, Ben. Leatherman robes.
Okay, you're better at it than me. I'm just gonna say it. I'm ready to admit that
they got speakers coming out of the back of their broom.
Obviously.
Yeah, they're like, I call it my boomstick, you know?
My boomstick.
Yeah, listen to that bass drop, man. Oh man, this is the crossover people came for.
It really is. It's you show up for the deep lore and theories. You stay for the cross-contaminated franchises.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What if Harry Potter was in fact too fast and too furious?
That's right. Sign me up. Okay, first sentence, go.
Here we go. Harry and Dumbledore approached the back door of the burrow, which was surrounded by the familiar litter of old Wellington boots and rusty cauldrons. Harry could hear the soft clucking of sleepy chickens coming from a distant shed. And then the dragons arrived.
It feels like they're there for the sleepy chickens.
They're there for the chickens. He's like, you hear chickens? The dragons are like, what, you got chickens? You got chickens? We hungry.
We hungry. Yeah,
we hungry.
Which is also a quote from Fast and the Furious.
Oh, we hungry. Yeah,
we hungry.
And it's Han's whole character is like, yeah, I'm eating a small bag of chips right now.
That's what he does. Yeah.
Yeah. If you need me, I'll be over here eating a different small bag of snacks.
That's right. Yeah. It's I could go on and on about it. There's my love for the Fast and the Furious franchise runs deep, even though I don't think I've watched like the most recent two. But either way, it really doesn't matter. I kind of can't believe that we are on chapter 5 and Harry is just arriving at the burrow.
Harry Potter 3, Azkaban Drift.
Can you drift on a broomstick? Like, I mean, how does that even work?
They'd find a way. You could do it. You're like turning it against. It's like into the wind, you know. It's like you fly through the upstream, you know, in the wind.
Oh, okay. So yeah, where does like drift broom racing happen? Like on like a beach,
right?
You know, where there's always like a steady breeze.
It's like through a narrow valley or something. It's like through the cities, you know.
Oh, between the skyscrapers.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like you got to drift every turn that goes like south,
right?
Or something
because the wind's always blowing.
Hit the crosswind, yeah. Oh boy! Dumbledore knocked 3 times. Count them 1, 2, 3 times, and Harry saw a sudden movement behind the kitchen window.
It does not say count them 1, 2, 3.
No, it doesn't. But I included it for added embellishment.
Declare yourself.
It's like
that's Mrs. Weasley.
Okay, this feels like a who said it type of thing where you could literally give just the quote, declare yourself.
Yeah.
Who says this line?
I know.
Because I would be like, Sir Cadogan?
Sir Cadogan? Yeah. I'm like, I wouldn't go to Molly for sure.
Yeah, maybe Barty Crouch Jr. is as Malai.
Yeah, I could maybe zero it in on like Loop. I would probably think Lupin or Kingsley. Post Battle of Seven Potters.
So you would actually get closer to the fact that this is just like a good character saying like a declare yourself.
Declare yourself. I don't know. Maybe it's young Tom Riddle.
It could be.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
You know. It's like, knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Declare yourself.
Declare yourself.
And actually, it's still Dumbledore.
It is still Dumbledore.
Yeah.
That's because that would be at Wolf's Orphanage.
Yeah, at Wool's Orphanage. It is I, Dumbledore, bringing Harry.
The door opened at once. There stood Mrs. Weasley, short, plump, and wearing an old green dressing gown. Harry, dear, gracious Albus, you gave me a fright. You said not to expect you before morning.
Feels inappropriate to call him Albus, you know?
I know, yeah.
I'm
Professor
like,
Dumbledore
whoa
to you,
there,
ma'am.
Molly. I can call you by your first name. I am Professor Dumbledore.
Professor Molly.
Professor. I can't believe Harry doesn't correct him. He'd be like, Professor Dumbledore, Mrs. Weasley.
That would be, it would feel like the kind of thing where like Molly would just be like, It's I feel like it's like there's a line where people are saying something negative about like the Dursleys and Molly like doesn't want to say anything.
Right.
And so she just makes like a humph noise.
Right. Molly pursed her lips. Dumbledore beamed at him. Very good, Harry.
What? You are listening.
You are listening.
My
That's going to come in
man.
handy.
Through and through.
Through and through. That's right. We called people by their proper names, not Albus.
Albus.
Who do you take me for, Aberforth? When people say Dumbledore, they mean me. Okay.
Well, I think we all know.
We all know.
It's actually so funny whenever we're making a script about the three-way duel between Grindelwald, Aberforth, and Dumbledore.
Yeah.
It is always funny because I do end up using the name Albus,
Yeah.
where every other time if I'm referring to Dumbledore, I just say Dumbledore.
Exactly.
But when you're talking about Aberforth too, you have to specify which one.
Which Dumbledore?
Although even then, I don't find it required. You
I
could
know.
say like Aberforth, Grindelwald, and Dumbledore, and it
Right.
would just be like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I didn't think you meant if you said Dumbledore, Grindelwald, and Aberforth. I wasn't like, wait, which Dumbledore?
right. Yeah.
I didn't know until you said the second one.
You're not pulling the wool over anyone's orphanage there.
Oh,
yeah, you see what I did
Oh,
there?
man.
We got energy
we
today,
are
man.
flying today, man. We are ready for a 10-second race. you
That's
know?
right. It's another Fast and the Furious reference. Because when you do a quarter mile, running it in 10 seconds or less is kind of like the goal.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that's really doing it well. Anyway, okay, Harry looked around and saw that Mrs. Weasley was not alone. Despite the lateness of the hour, a young witch with a pale, heart-shaped face and mousy brown hair was sitting at the table, clutching a large mug between her hands.
Ah, yes, we get to see Tonks again, who at the moment, I guess, I don't know, she gives her classic "Watch her, Harry," which seems like, regular good mood Tonks, although I guess she's not in a good mood.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting one too, because like we know what's going on here is that she's going through the depression of sort of like the forced divide in her relationship, but like with Lupin.
Yeah.
And that's what she's upset about. But it's also fascinating because we're going to learn later on in this chapter that like this depression is forcing her to like sort of lose touch with her metamorph magi abilities.
Right.
Which kind of makes you wonder whether or not like this is what Tonks looks like.
Oh, yeah, like this is her base form.
This is her base form.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
that is how you interpreted it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and so it's interesting because it's like Tonks could look like anything, like anyone. And so it's like
Right.
at any given point in time, it's like, is she mostly just her, but like can change things?
Yeah, this is interesting because, like, I think so. I mean, like, in Dungeon Crawler Carl, there's a character kind of like Tonks who can kind of like shift her appearance a bunch.
Okay.
And it's like she stays in her like transformed states so often that like eventually, like when you see her out of it, it's like she's gotten to the point where like she has like when you first meet her, she's like a full-bodied person, and eventually it's like, oh, her arm is actually missing, but you never know because she just like transforms an arm onto herself.
Oh, wow.
Stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Well, and it even says here, going back to Tonks, is that it just says like Harry thought she looked drawn, even ill. Certainly her appearance was less colorful than usual without her customary shade of bubblegum pink hair. So that is even kind of interesting as well, because it means like, I mean, I don't know how much effort it takes to like maintain a physical transformation like,
Right.
magically, especially if she just has this ability innately.
Yeah.
But it would mean that like if every time she's got bubblegum pink hair that she has like turned it on,
Right.
like she's made that choice.
Right.
Which, I mean, I guess to be fair, anybody could change their hair color if they so desired, just not magically. So, it's like
Right.
nothing wrong with just choosing to change your hair.
I mean, in the wizarding world, it seems like just changing your hair color doesn't even seem that hard. you know?
No, yeah.
Like she can do it at will, but it doesn't seem like it'd be like, Ron, that's basically what Ron's trying to do on the train with Scabbers.
I was just about to say, sunshine daisies, buttermellow, turn this mop of hair yellow.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm blonde.
Could you imagine?
I could not imagine Harry sitting there and he's like, guys, I'm thinking about going blonde. And they're like, guys, everyone chill. We have an opportunity here.
Harry could go blonde.
Harry could go blonde.
Think about it. Draco and
Think
him.
about it. I know.
They're an instant lock.
They're an instant lock. They're like, okay, here we go. Everyone ready? Everyone ready? You couldn't pull it off, Harry.
You couldn't do it.
There's no chance.
No
That's it. I'm going blonde.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
That's it. I'm going blonde.
It would also feel funny if they were like in potions class and Hermione was like, Professor, sir, Harry thinks he could go blonde.
Yeah.
And Snape is like, really, Potter?
Potter.
How about red?
How about red?
Yeah.
Harry dyes his hair red. It's like, it's a little creepy, Harry.
I'm a Weasley.
I'm a Weasley. Molly said I'm as good as a son. Thought I'd match the rest of the fam.
I'm in now.
Be like, Ron would be like, dude, do you have to take everything from me? Can I at least have this?
Ron comes down the next morning with like ink in his hair. It's like, what's up, everybody? I'm Harry Potter.
I'm Harry Potter. I thought I'd go jet black, Harry. Everyone's like, Ron, you look terrible. Harry, you look amazing. Did I say red hair really suits you?
Ron takes a snitch out of his pocket, throws it in the air, and misses.
Yeah. Harry catches it before it hits the ground.
Oh, it'd be so joyous. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, so Tonks, we know what she looks like now. That's good to know. Let's see. So at this point in time, though, Tonks says, I'd better be off. Thanks for the tea and sympathy, Molly. And this is going to set up sort of like a lengthy mystery, especially with the inclusion of Fleur being at the house at the moment, because it's going to sort of like lead everyone to believe that the reason that Tonks is upset is either because of possible jealousy of Bill/Fleur, or alternatively like Sirius.
Right. Well, it's like on the one hand, what she's actually upset about is Remus not returning her affections, but everyone's going to interpret it as she was in love with Sirius, but then Molly is also going to be trying to hook her up with Bill.
Yes, right, exactly. But then she's like cousins, like direct cousins with Sirius, so like the potential to be in love with him feels too close.
Right, sure, yeah.
You know, yeah.
Right, it'd be a little weird.
Even though I'm fairly certain that the way in which they are related is that Walburga Black, who is a member of the Black family, not just married in, marries another member of the Black family, so they are already both Blacks at marriage.
Wow.
Yes,
like
and then
Gaunt style.
Yeah, and then it is Walburga's brother's children, who are also Blacks.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So they are first cousins.
Well, yeah. So that'd be a weird thing then. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It'd be a weird pairing, no doubt. No doubt. Yep. So I cannot stay. I have urgent matters to discuss. This is Dumbledore. I'm so sorry. Please don't leave on my account. I cannot stay. I have urgent matters to discuss with Rufus Scrimgeour.
Which, just for the reminder, it's like 2 a.m. So this feels like kind of a cop out.
It does feel like an odd time.
You have urgent right now?
It's like, I have an urgent meeting at 2 a.m, you know, and it's also funny too, because like I feel like the book starts with like Fudge talking about like wondering if Scrimgeour will have better luck communicating with Dumbledore, and we know that Dumbledore and Scrimgeour have already fought,
right,
in like a somewhat public capacity,
right? So not really,
yeah, right? Yes, yeah. So anyway, but Tonks also does need to get going and does not meet Dumbledore's eyes, which just seems additionally, like I don't know, suspicious. But then Molly's gonna say like, "Dear, why not come to dinner at the weekend, Remus?" Which I put a whole bunch of like little stars around and circled it. And Mad Eye are coming,
right?
You know,
yeah. So it's like. It's weird that, because obviously you'd think Molly would have, because she says thanks for the sympathy. And so almost certainly she's been talking to Molly about Remus, right?
You would think, unless she's just speaking without naming who the person is.
Right.
Which would be, I mean, that's just the other
or just
here.
like, I've just been feeling so depressed lately and my powers are going.
Right,
something.
right. Yes. I mean, there's obviously more than enough reason to be down at the moment anyway.
True.
Given a whole bunch of things going on. So who knows how the rest of that conversation between those two went. But anyway, so Tonks hurried past Dumbledore and Harry and into the yards. A few paces beyond the doorstep, she turned on the spot and vanished into thin air.
Right. So going, I guess there's just like a barrier where you can and cannot apparate.
Yeah. So this is kind of an interesting detail in particular because we just recently made a video over on Super Carlin Brothers about how like apparition basically makes no sense. And it is really odd because like at the beginning of this chapter, Harry asks like, why don't we just like apparate directly into your old friend's house? Like in terms of collecting Slughorn.
Right.
And Dumbledore basically explains like, well, it would be exceedingly rude. And so it's sort of like, is it rudeness or can you not do it? Because there's like some unusual like layers to that.
Right.
And I think the only instance we ever get of somebody apparating directly into a building, not from in a building to other parts in that building. We know Fred and George do that at number 12. We know that Percy does that at the Burrow. So if you're within the confines of whatever apparition spell, no problem. But the only time we ever see anybody apparate from elsewhere into our room is Dobby in the basement of Malfoy Manor,
right,
and everyone into the Hog's Head rather, in order to join the Battle of Hogwarts.
Right.
But the interesting thing about the Hog's Head at the Battle of Hogwarts is that there is the tunnel specifically forged from the Room of Requirement to Hogshead, which almost means that the Hogshead is an extension of the Room of Requirement, but also not under the laws that govern Hogwarts,
right,
where you can't apparate in and out of. But if the rules of the Room of Requirement or what the need of the user is the ability to apparate directly into the building,
right,
then you're asking the room to provide that ability, which means it's the only place you can do it.
Can't do inside of Hogwarts because that's a higher rule, but if the room is reaching beyond the bounds of Hogwarts into the Hog's Head, maybe it can.
Exactly. Yes. And the other thing too is that it's the Room of Requirement is on the 7th floor. So if you're ever like, no, it's just like an underground passage. It's like, is it?
It's definitely not. It's definitely like a very long, narrow hallway, or else some sort of metaphysical hallway.
I tend to think it's a metaphysical hallway. It does say that as they're walking back to the Room of Requirement, they're going up like a super steep hill.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think even a steep hill, you're not, like, you would need such a gradual incline to go up 7 stories.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like, I don't think so. I don't think so. So anyway, that's the thought there. But then the very next line here to kind of like further this idea is that Dumbledore is going to wish Molly well. He is going to step outside to the exact same spot that Tonks was at and vanish.
Yep.
And so to me, that suggests that both of them are well acquainted with however far you must go in order to re-enable apparition.
Yeah. To that end, though, like Dumbledore just told Harry that like every security measure has been put on the Burrow, whatever, while they're there and stuff. But that said, when Mr. Weasley arrives home, he also, like even in book 2, apparates outside the house.
He does. Yeah. He does. Yeah. So, and in that case, that's like an obvious one where you could say like, well, it's not rudeness. Then we know in
right, because it's not rudeness for him. Like it wouldn't be rude for him to apparate into his own home.
No, not at all. I mean, the other thing I've wondered about before as well, though, is like the risk of apparating like into someone or something.
Sure.
Like, you know, because you're supposed to imagine where you're going, but like if something has moved, you know, since you've last been somewhere.
Yeah.
And like what happens if like you apparate into like the middle of the kitchen where the like kitchen table is?
Right.
It's like, are you just cut in half by the kitchen table?
Yeah,
Are you part of the kitchen table?
Are you splinched?
Ron's been
splinched.
Molly's immediately going to take in Harry, and she's going to bring up the fact that she says, "You're like Ron. Look as though you've had stretching jinxes put on you. I swear, Ron's grown 4 inches since I last bought him school robes. Are you hungry, Harry?" And last year, she needed to purchase Ron new pajamas because he had grown 6 inches since the last time she had bought those. So I'm starting to think that if he's grown another 4 inches, it's like, are we in a realm here where Ron is like 6'2"? Like he's always described as being tall.
Right.
But is he like tall?
I think he's tall.
Yeah.
He's a pretty tall guy. Yeah. Also, there's like, so she had to buy him new pajamas because he's grown 6 inches since she last bought him pajamas, and now 4 inches since she last bought him robes. So can you like, those could be different points, you know?
They could be different points.
But it says like since I last bought you robes, like, could that not even just mean last year, like 2 years ago, you know?
Right. Yeah. Good point. Good point. I don't know exactly how that shakes out, but like to me, I was kind of roughly doing the math that like if in 5th year he needed robes that were too short or pajamas that was like from 4th year, then it wouldn't be like uncommon for me to think that like as a 14-year-old boy, he could be like 5'4".
Right.
So that's how I'm getting to 6'2".
Okay. Nice. Well, I think he is supposed to be pretty tall. So
I mean, it is described that way a bunch of times, but
yeah,
I think I still always think of them as like high school kids. And so like, this is just simply not accurate, but like in my head, that's still like kids, but there are plenty of high school students who'd be plenty taller than me.
Yeah. I mean, I think I finished growing like in high school.
Sure.
You know? Like
right,
I was this tall in high school too, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be crazy if we never stopped growing? So like by the time you got like really, really, really old, you were like a small giant.
Right. Oh, that'd be weird. Yeah. You can just sort of like generally tell how old people are based on height. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, wow. A lot of elder people on this flight today.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yep.
Right. Things got to be built different. Anyway, let's see here. So Harry rather ends up kind of having like his initial pleasantries with Molly, and then a furry ginger cat with a squashed face jumped onto his knees and settled there purring. So Hermione's here, he asked happily as he tickled Crookshanks behind the ears. And it's like, she always is.
Yep.
And it feels like always before him too.
Yep, I know. Well, like Ron and Hermione just hanging out for a little while there.
Right.
Yeah, but also, Sir Hermione's here. He asked happily.
Wink, 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 wink.
Wink, wink. Yep, we know, we get it.
We get it, yep. Oh, yes, she arrived the day before yesterday because she absolutely can't enjoy time with her parents.
Nope.
Who, by the way, are not abusive like the people who you go and spend time with that we leave you with all the time.
Okay, because so Hermione got here before Harry.
Yep.
Harry left the Dursleys this night.
Yeah.
And that was a fortnight, so it was 2 weeks. Hermione spent less than 2 weeks at home.
Yeah, like 12 days.
Like, yeah, at most. She's like, I gotta get out of here. Okay. Like, nope. Sorry, guys. Great to see you. I'm out. Like, I gotta go hang out at my friend's like farmhouse thing.
Right. It's like,
and
don't worry. It's not like it's the guy I'm going to end up marrying or anything.
It's not weird.
Like, it's not weird. His parents know I'm coming. It's fine.
Right. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Anyway, so yeah, Hermione there early once again. Then let's see here. She's going to
the day before yesterday. That's when she arrived. Okay. Did you just read that?
The day before yesterday. What
yes.
about
that's Hermione or Mrs. Weasley says, "Oh yes, she arrived the day before yesterday."
Yes. That's how I got to 12 days.
Okay, got it.
Because 14 minus 2.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. So then Mrs. Weasley delivers what I don't know why. I'm not even particularly a fan of onion soup, but like the description of thick steaming onion soup, I'm like, man, can I get a bowl? Like,
dude, I love onion soup. Like French onion soup. That is my jam.
That's your jam,
That's my jam.
Man,
yeah.
I like a broccoli and cheddar, tomato cheddar, chicken pot pie.
Do you think this is French onion soup, or just I don't know what would be different between onion soup and French onion soup?
Well, there is a Frenchman in the house.
There is a French girl here.
Yeah.
Although Molly doesn't seem to be much of a fan of her. So
that's true. Yeah. She's like, I'm making British onion soup. It's just soup. It's just onions and hot water. We don't need beef broth. That's right. The way Merlin intended.
Yeah, that's the way Merlin intended. Like, Merlin wasn't a cook, Mrs. Weasley.
Oh, man.
No. Steaming onion soup that is apparently so hot it's going to be like blistering Harry's throat.
Yes, indeed. Yep, for good reason, too. But then anyway, Mrs. Weasley is obviously informed on what the job is. So you persuaded Horace Slughorn to take the job.
Carefully worded, not to mention Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. We continue to not get that particular detail. It's so well hidden from us because you you're so relying on your own expectations to fully understand where this is headed, and it just isn't. But yeah, Miss Weasley is going to explain that Slughorn taught Arthur and her, and that he was at Hogwarts for ages, started around the same time as Dumbledore, I think. And so I was trying to figure out when Dumbledore would have started, because Slughorn is said to be younger than Dumbledore during their initial exchange. And
so we know Dumbledore was at least there when Tom Riddle was there.
At least there when Tom Riddle was there, but he also was there when Newt is there.
Right.
As like a young boy.
Right.
Or whatever. So I think I want to say if we go back, I don't know how old we think Newt is in the Fantastic Beasts series. Seems like late 20s would be like my guess. Mid 20s.
When is the Fantastic Beasts? How old is he in that series?
Yes, how old is he? Because he's born in, that's 26. And so if he's taking third year Defense Against the Dark Arts, so 13. I think 1907 is the time that comes to mind. Like
okay.
He's born, I don't know, like late 1890s.
Well, my goodness, if that's the case, then Slughorn was teaching at Hogwarts for like almost 80 years.
I mean, it would have been for an exceptionally long time. But one of the other kind of like interesting details about this, I think we have a video called Slughorn's Dark Secret, and the idea would be that Merope Gaunt actually went to school at Hogwarts, and given her heritage to the founder of, to Salazar Slytherin and to the Peverell brothers, could have been collected despite like the obvious like sort of inbreeding situation going on with the Gaunts and everything. But then also it is believed that she uses a potion master or not a potion master, a love potion to lure in Tom Riddle Sr.
Right. But see, that part is the weird part, because we're going to learn in this book that it's like an NEWT level potion that you wouldn't be making until at least 6th year at Hogwarts. So it's not something that someone who like isn't good at potions could just like whip together.
Exactly. And even the fact that when Slughorn is introducing Amortentia to the class, he describes it as the most dangerous potion in the room.
Right.
And it's like, that's why it's the most dangerous, because he knows.
He knows that, it created Voldemort.
Right. But then Slughorn also has the layer about him that he was the one who like furthers Tom Riddle's understanding of Horcruxes.
Right.
So it's almost a double whammy in terms of like Slughorn's, like relationship with the Tom Riddle heritage lineage situation.
Right. Yeah. You can even see why he'd be like, maybe that's why he takes Tom Riddle in or something.
Yeah.
Well, the other reasons. He's obviously just exceptional as a student as well.
Right. But, well, that's true. That's true. Anyway.
But, Molly asks Harry, did you like him? Which is funny because that's the exact same thing Dumbledore asked Harry in the last chapter. It's like, did you like him?
Right, yes. Yeah. I wonder if that's the kind of thing where it's like everybody, because Slughorn is morally gray for a while.
Yeah.
You don't really know like where he lands. Ultimately, he does fight for the Order and the DA and against Voldemort and all that type of stuff. But you're right. It's almost like people are trying to be like, what does Harry think of him?
Right.
Does he pass the sniff test?
Right, yeah.
And Harry gives a non-committal jerk of the head. To which Mrs. Weasley immediately interprets, and she's like, I know what you mean. Of course, he can be charming when he wants to be, but authors never liked him much. The ministry's littered with Slughorn's old favorites.
I mean, it must be if he has been teaching as long as Dumbledore has. And he's been playing this game the entire time. Maybe he didn't start this game for a while, but like, I mean, he must have so many favorite students at this point.
Right. And I mean, this is the kind of thing too that like, I want to say back in the Slughorn chapter, we were talking a little bit about like whether or not Slughorn starts to be more inclusive after Tom Riddle's like rise.
Right.
In that, because it seems like during Tom Riddle or Voldemort's rise, I guess I should say for the purposes of this argument, the Slug Club seems primarily made up of Slytherins during the flashback scene. And then ultimately Slughorn's like, oh, you mustn't think I'm prejudiced. And it's like, yeah, you're only saying that because at some point in time you were prejudiced.
Right, yeah. Like, I made very clear, obvious decisions not to be.
Yes, exactly. So it's like this is somebody who is maybe grown on like
Still
one
good.
end of the spectrum.
Yes.
It's like
You have to have room for that.
Exactly. Yes. It's like you can't be mad at people for the way they used to believe if you're going to be mad at them for not believing the way that you believe.
Right. Yeah.
It's like you got to have room in there for the growth to happen and still be able to accept that.
You can't hold it against them for having ever thought that if they have changed their mind now.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes. But this is the kind of thing too. The Ministry's litter with Slughorn's old favorites. You can definitely see where Arthur's division would not be advancing very quickly if you've got basically darn near centuries worth of well-placed Slytherins.
Yeah.
In terms of like that pure blood mania and a lack of interest in Muggles and relations and stuff like that. That means an entire deck of cards built sort of against Arthur.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you can see like where that, like, maybe it's part of why the Ministry is like so like corrupt, I guess.
Right. Yes. Yes, exactly. At least for the purposes, like we tend to not really subscribe to the belief that it's like just because you're Slytherin, you're bad.
No.
But it certainly feels like at least the era that we've been dealing with would suggest that leaning could be going that way.
Right. It's like what Harry says. It's like, he's like, you mustn't think I'm prejudiced. I just said your mother was one of my favorite students. And it's like, yeah, you still seemed a little too surprised though.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Right.
It's like maybe she exceeded your expectations, but it also means maybe your expectations were lower than they should have been in the first place.
That.
Yeah.
That is well said.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you get this really just like adorable little piece of news where Molly is just so absolutely thrilled after talking about like Slughorn overlooking Arthur to let Harry know that Arthur has been promoted.
Oh, it's only just happened. She's been bursting to say this. Harry has to swallow a large amount of very hot soup and thought he could feel his throat blistering. That's great, he gasped.
You are sweet, beamed Mrs. Weasley. And so the description that we get, this is a kind of trivia that I absolutely hate because I just won't get it. But Arthur is now heading the Office for the Detection and Confiscation of Counterfeit Defensive Spells and Protective Objects.
Oh, the OFTDACAOCDSAPO.
Yeah, but exactly.
It rolls off the tongue.
It really does. Well, see, now that I can remember the letters, maybe I can piece it together.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. It's a big job. He's got 10 people reporting to him now.
Man, that's quite the promotion. Yeah, up from 1. Although, was Perkins reporting to him, or were they just like partners?
I think they were just partners or
so.
equals or something.
Equals, yeah. So not anymore.
That's right.
Look out, Boss Man Weasley coming down the hall.
That's true.
Does he have a window yet?
Could be.
Probably.
Surely. Yeah.
Surely he has a window by now. Yep. Let's see. Well, you see, in all the panic about you-know-who, odd things have been cropping up for sale everywhere. Things that are supposed to guard against you-know-who and the Death Eaters. You can imagine the kind of things, so-called protective potions that'll really grave you, a bit of booba-tuba pus, those sort of things. Hilariously, their own sons, Fred and George, are selling effective means against the Death Eaters in this exact sort of way.
They absolutely are.
Yeah.
Yes, they have definitely got like their and it even seems like when they ultimately visit Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, they've got like the back room that's like less colorful, less fun, but like much more utilitarian. It's like, this is where we make the big money.
Yes, that's what they're going to get to that in the next chapter. Like it's so funny too, because like what she says, instructions for defensive jinxes that actually make your eels fall off. That sounds like something Fred and George would actually be selling at their joke shop. Instead, they're selling, these people are selling just like the jokes, and they are selling the real defensive things.
That's right. Yes. Does it say to make your ears fall off in particular?
Yes, it says.
Because Fred and George sell extendable ears.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like they both have ear related products, but one of them is an effective ear usage tool.
You know what I can't believe is that after George loses the ear, he doesn't like affix a extendable ear to his head or something.
Oh my gosh, it feels like such like a Mad Eye Moody type of thing, doesn't
right.
it?
Oh, he has a magical ear.
He's got a magical ear.
I can hear through walls.
It really isn't always as good as it sounds.
I can hear colors. Like, it's weird. Yeah, I can hear literally everyone's heartbeat all of the time. It is so loud.
It is
so loud.
I can't go anywhere, to be honest with you.
You know what? Yeah, it's bad.
That's
bad.
right. Yeah. Let's see here. So, but yeah, then Molly kind of goes on to say like, so you see, it's a very important job, and I can tell, and I tell him it's just silly to miss dealing with spark plugs and toasters and all the rest of the Muggle rubbish. Mrs. Weasley entered her speech with a stern look, as if it had been Harry suggesting that it was natural to miss spark plugs.
Like, well, look at me. I didn't say anything.
Like, I don't even like spark plugs.
I don't even like spark. I don't even know what they do.
I don't even change mine. I promise.
Yeah. I can't even drive.
Oh man. But yeah.
I race for pink straws, Mrs. Weasley. I race brooms, not cars.
That's it.
And no spark plugs on. Yeah.
Although somebody at the Fast and the Furious parking lot situation with all the broomsticks has looking exhaust.
Right. Oh, they have an exhaust on there. They're like, I put Muggle gasoline in this broom.
That's exactly it. It's like a broom.
It makes it go broom.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe how close I got. Broom.
People are like, does it make you go faster? It's like, it makes me go louder.
It makes me go louder. Oh, that's such a good phrase. Oh man, I'm gonna say that next time I pass somebody with like one of those like really obnoxiously loud.
Yeah.
They
drive past the building a lot.
They do. We'll be recording our other podcast, Popcorn Culture, and it'll just like, whoa.
You're like, dude, I know for a fact the street you're driving on is 5 miles an hour. So please chill it with the exhaust.
That's it. Yep. It seems like, if anything, you just put a megaphone on it. It's like you're literally making it louder for no reason.
No reason.
Anyway, so Mr. Weasley is still at work. He was supposed to be back around midnight, but at this point, it's got to be 1, 2 in the morning.
1 or 2. I think it's 2. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because Dumbledore picks up Harry at 11, and then it takes them a spell to, get out the door at the Dursleys after the great head clinking episode, and then they go and try to recruit Slughorn for a period of time, and we don't know how long Dumbledore was in the bathroom. We can only assume quite a while. Taking in those knitting patterns.
Right. Yeah. The knitting patterns. Yeah.
It's like okay, we get it. You went to Alejandro's for lunch. Okay.
Right. That salsa bar is hard to resist.
I mean, we all get it. Yeah. If you ever come to Roanoke, there's a Mexican restaurant called Alejandro's. You should check it out.
You do. They have a salsa bar. It's great.
Yeah, they do. We actually ate there on Monday.
We did.
Anyway, so we also see the large clock. The Weasley large clock makes an appearance, and it has 9 hands, each inscribed with the name of a family member, which I always do kind of wonder if, as the family continue to have children, if they just like magically like manifest.
I know, or did she have to like add a new hand to the clock?
Right, yeah. Exactly.
I like to think they just magically manifest.
That's what I like to think too. Yeah.
Although it must be like pretty thick at this point, the clock itself. Like Ginny's hand must be way further out from Arthur's hand.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. This clock is one of those things too, though, that I feel like doesn't get its due recognition as like an interesting magical artifact. Like it is described as being like potentially one of a kind.
Right.
But like we never get to learn like whatever kind of neat magic is associated with it.
Yeah, no idea. Like how does it know where everyone is at any time? And some of it's not locations, some of it's more like circumstances.
Well, that's the thing.
Like the mortal peril one.
Yeah, like all hands are pointing to mortal peril. But like that's also interesting because I think home is one of the directions it can go.
Yeah.
And like, so if all are pointing at mortal peril, even like for Arthur traveling, which to keep in mind is apparition, it's going to move to traveling and then back to mortal peril.
Yeah.
So it's like traveling gets to supersede his potential death for like 1 second. So
maybe because like whilst you're in the midst of apparition, you can't be killed, so you're not in mortal peril.
But do you not think of apparition as being like a fairly instantaneous act?
I do think it's fairly instantaneous. Yeah.
So it's like traveling.
It's not like apparition. Wait, and I'm here.
I know, we did like the Microsoft like loading sound there, like the
like dial up internet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's how apparition works. But yeah, Mrs. Weasley just looks at all the hands pointing at mortal peril, and she's like, it's been like that for a while now. And it's like, oh, that's terrible.
Right. And it's like, it's funny because she has such a magical clock, but she can't tell whether or not it's like, but like everyone's in mortal peril, right? It's not just because we're targets or something, right? Right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. This is what I was going to say, though. You were saying, like, how could it possibly know where everyone is at all times? And I was like, honestly, what it reminds me of is the Marauders.
You're right, which Fred and George had.
Which they had, which could even be another piece of how Fred and George figured out how to use it.
What is the spell that is on the Marauders map?
Homunculus charm.
A homunculus charm. It seems like the clock must have that on it.
It feels like it must have it, which really is a question of like how complicated is that spell?
It must be like a reverse homunculus charm though, because the map shows where anyone is inside of a space, and this shows where certain people are anywhere.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. But I mean, and to be fair, while it has a wider reach, but is also less specific.
Right.
So it's like, it's not like if Arthur is at the office or school, or like Ron's at school, it doesn't say like in the dormitory.
Right.
Where like the Marauders map could be like in the dormitory.
In the dormitory. Yeah. Laying in bed with a guy named Peter.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Oh, how progressive. Let's see here. Yeah. But then she has the line, I don't know anyone else who's going to clock like this, so I can't check. Oh, and with sudden exclamation, she pointed at the clock's face. Mr. Weasley's hand had switched to traveling for a split second.
Bring! It just like whips back and forth real quick. He's coming. Right. Yes, came Mr. Weasley's voice, but I would say that even this is where Arthur, is that you? Declare yourself.
Oh man.
Yes, but I would say that even if I was a Death Eater. Ask the question. Oh, honestly, Molly.
Yeah. Oh, all right. What is your deepest, dearest ambition?
Yeah. To find out how airplanes stay up. It's like, no wonder you haven't been promoted.
What do you mean?
Because like that's his ambition, is to know how airplanes fly.
Oh.
Not like advance at work or anything.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Not very ambitious. Not Percy. No Percy in him,
No, that's true. Although it is, I mean, it's a grand ambition, for like a long time, people didn't know how airplanes were going to stay in the air.
It is a grand ambition for a certain point in history. At this point, he could just go to like, a Muggle library and just like look it up.
Learn about the Borealis effect or whatever.
Something, yeah.
No, that's not it. I'm thinking of, gosh, I feel like I'm so close.
Bermudi's principle. Bernoulli's principle.
I think I got to what I was trying to say.
Yeah, one of those is right, I think.
I think it's Bernoulli's, but I also, now that we've gotten there, I don't even know if that's how airplanes fly.
This is what all of the emails we get this week are going to be about.
They absolutely are. They're going to be like, hey guys, you were so close.
You were so close. It was Perniculunxus's theory of
everything.
Weightlessness.
Yeah. Pernunculus's.
Yeah. Pernunculus.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. So then she's about to let him inside, and Mr. Weasley's like, Molly, I've got to ask you your question first.
And he doesn't know that Harry's on the other side of the door.
Exactly.
I was like, please don't.
Arthur, really? This is just silly. What do you like me to call you when we are alone together? Makes me uncomfortable just to say it out loud.
Molly Wobbles.
Whispered a mortified Mrs. Weasley into the cracked edge of the door.
It's so
relatable.
It's so relatable. Oh my gosh. What do you like me to call her? This is, she like requests it,
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I can't finish that. Do you and Beth have awkward things that you call each other? Any like, I feel like this is going to sound, after asking that question, is going to sound crazy, but anybody who has a pet inevitably doesn't call them by their true name. They call them some manufactured version of it.
Right.
Like, so my dog's name technically is Indigo.
Right.
We primarily call her Indy.
Right.
But actually, I mostly call her Glow.
Right.
Glow.
Glow. Okay.
Yeah. Or sometimes I call her Grindy Low.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Grindy Low.
No, I don't have a specific like weird thing for Beth. Though.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I occasionally, and I don't know why, I will call Alice Babs.
Babs?
Like
Barbara?
Maybe like Barbara.
Hey Babs.
So anyway, that would be my weird my version of Molly Wobbles.
All right. So after that completely mortifying moment for Mrs. Weasley.
And us. Yeah.
Yeah, and she finally lets Arthur in.
Yes, she does indeed.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Then we, and really what we're seeing, I think, is like just the first kind of implications that like not everyday life is happening. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of like the pandemic type stuff where it was like you needed to be like taking all the precautions and they were quite obvious when you were taking them because you were wearing a mask on your face.
Right.
So it's like at first it's sort of like, oh yeah, is this really a thing? That's like, oh yeah, no, it's totally a thing.
Do you suppose there's any chance that Mr. Weasley is just flirting in this exact moment? Like he doesn't really care about the security question?
Oh, yeah, right. He's just sort of like, he's like, tell me how well you know me. Right.
Great. And all the kids are asleep, eh?
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Walks in. Harry, my boy, how are you? Onion soup.
Let me pull up a bowl.
This is the most unhinged episode we've ever had.
It absolutely is. Oh man. So Mr. Weasley sits down. Harry, we didn't expect you until morning. I had no idea you were here during that whole Molly Wobble
thing. I know. It's like, we did not expect you until morning.
There should be like periods in between each word.
We did not expect you until awkward.
Oh man. But yeah, so Arthur's explaining the rough night that he's went through. He explains that it's been a tough night because some idiot started selling metamorph metals.
I think he is just flirting because he says, I know, dear, but it's ministry procedure. And I have to set an example. Like, for who? You don't know anyone's there.
Yeah, you don't know anybody's there. It is the middle of the night at your house.
I love how he walks into at 1 a.m. and he's like, oh, something smells good. Onion soup? Like, nothing weird about you cooking soup at 1 a.m.
Yeah, there's never a bad time for a nice thick bowl of soup.
Nice thick bowl of English soup. English onion soup.
Also, don't forget that it is currently July.
It is July.
Not famous soup territory.
Although me and you did have ramen this week.
Yesterday
for lunch in July.
Right, that's a good point. So, you know what?
Never mind.
Oh man. So then you get a description of what happens when you put the metamorph metals on, and it says mostly you just turn a fairly unpleasant orange color. So a little bit of just a little piece of trivia there. What color do you turn if you are trying to manipulate the public?
Right. So that's why you're late. Metamorph Meadow says, no, but we've got wind of a nasty backfiring jinx in Elephant and Castle, which that has got to be a made up place, right?
No, I looked it up.
Elephant and Castle is a real place?
It's a real place. Yes. Yeah. It's cool too.
Yeah.
It's got like a great, like I would have I would have a shirt of their symbol.
If your town is called Elephant and Castle, you have to be cool. You must be leaning into it.
I mean, there is no other way around it.
Right.
You enjoy the fact that you are of Elephant and Castle.
And that's probably why I would leave this. Yeah. I'm Jonathan Carlin from Elephant and Castle.
And they'd be like, what? Tell me more.
Elephant and Castle. Yeah. You know of it? Yeah, it's not a made up magical town at all. It's
a
real place you can visit. They have elephants. Do they have elephants? No, probably not.
No, I mean, I doubt it.
Imagery, probably.
Right. Yeah. Images of
images of elephants probably everywhere.
Right. Yeah. All right. So then Harry stifled out a yawn behind his hand. Bed, said an undeceived Mrs. Weasley at once. I've got Fred and George's room all ready for you. You'll have it yourself. So little piece of trivia there.
Have it to yourself. Where's Hermione sleeping? In Ginny's room?
Percy's
room?
Could be Percy's.
I guess.
I mean, I guess there's some people who are not there because I guess Bill is there.
Right. Because Bill's there because Fleur's there.
And Charlie's
not there. I guess Hermione could be sleeping in Charlie's room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Or with Ginny.
Yeah.
Although, because Fleur has got it. Oh, no, Fleur's probably staying in Bill's room.
Or is she?
I don't exactly know what.
What are the house rules here?
I don't know. Oh, man. Okay. Well, anyway.
Then Flory wobbles.
Flory wobbles.
It's a terrible word.
I don't want to think about that ever again.
Nope.
We learn that Fred and George are in Diagon Alley, sleeping in a little flat over their joke shop as they're so busy.
So busy. I must say, I didn't approve at first, but they do seem a bit of a flair for business. You don't say.
You don't say. Also, like a bit of a flair. They're absolutely killing it. And also, I must say, I didn't approve at first. It's a very polite way to describe your early relationship with Weasley's Wizard Wheezes.
I know, where you were like asking them to burn their order forms and summoning every little piece of candy you could out from under them.
Out of their done pockets.
Out of their done pockets, yeah. So didn't approve at first, meaning heavily disapproved.
Exactly. It's like, well, it turns out we're all wrong sometimes,
We're
aren't
all
we?
wrong sometimes, yeah.
Right.
They're the only booming business in Diagon Alley.
That's right.
Guys, now we need to get a quick pause to say thank you to today's sponsor, Shopify. Because, when I was a kid, I remember hearing the phrase, now that's $1 million idea. And the premise was, wow, that idea is so good and so unique that it alone is capable of making $1 million or even more dollars. So for me, this was like, expectations much? And you very well may have had one of those very ideas, but I think at its core, the real key to business success is nothing more than simple enthusiasm for your product. And Shopify, because if having $1 million idea felt like a barrier, then as a kid who grew up as the internet was being, invented, creating your own website seemed basically impossible. But Shopify has solved that and is exactly what we use for our own merch store, Carlin Brothers Mercantile. And we could not be happier with the ease of use, helpful tools, and tremendous suite of reports. Like take house merch, for example. Believe it or not, you all are not evenly dispersed between lions, eagles, snakes, and badgers. So when we order merch, we actually order more eagle stuff and less snake stuff, which is baffling to me. But we know this because Shopify knows this. But do you see what I mean? It's not the $1 million idea of it all. It's the information. It's not cutting corners. It's using data to inform your decisions. So with Shopify, nothing stands between your idea and a real business. So go make it one. Start your free trial at shopify.com/Griffin. Again, you can start your free trial at shopify.com/Griffin. Last time, just for safety, shopify.com/Griffin.
Then we get into Fred and George's room, though, which actually just sounds really delightful because they light a little lamp and it sends a pleasant golden glow through the room. And it's oh man, I want to get an oil lamp.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little dangerous. I'm not really sure, but it sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Harry sees that a considerable amount of floor space was devoted to a vast number of unmarked, sealed cardboard boxes, amongst which stood Harry's school trunk. The room looked as though it was being used as a temporary warehouse.
Look, it also says the perfume could not disguise the lingering smell of what Harry thought was gunpowder. Which I'm like, gunpowder? I mean, I suppose they make fireworks. And that is how fireworks typically work in the Muggle way. But gunpowder feels like a very Muggle word.
Well, I guess they do also have a row of capital W Wellington boots outside of their front door.
Well, that's true.
It's I always think that's interesting because it is capitalized, which means it's the brand Wellington.
The brand Wellington. Yeah. Yeah, it's not just describing a style of boot. It is brand Wellington boots.
Brand Wellington boots,
right.
I think.
Yeah. You think Mr. Weasley is just this is why the twins are into this. He's like, yeah, I'm into spark plugs and cars and stuff and Muggle rifles.
Fire legs. Yeah.
Firearms is what they're called.
If you had read the report, you would know.
Yeah.
That's a reference to Arthur and Kingsley having a very bad fake conversation last year.
I'm saying this, but I feel like the idea of Muggle hunting would be extremely exciting to Arthur.
I mean, I could see him enjoying all of the bits except for the shooting animals part.
Probably.
Yeah. But I could see him in the bright blaze orange hunting cap with earmuffs on and a vest full of trinkets.
Right.
Some of which probably have nothing to do with hunting at all.
Right. Yeah. He's just got them with him.
Right.
He's got fishing lures in there too. It's you don't really, that's no. It's adjacent.
It's they would be sold at the same store, but not for the same reason.
For the same thing. Yeah. It's exactly what it would be.
Yeah.
He'd be out there with one of the bucket hats with the flies in them,
Yes. Oh my gosh. We also see that Hedwig has safely made it to the burrow. And then you just kind of have this like delightful little thing where he puts on his pajamas, he gets into bed. There was something hard inside of the pillowcase. He groped inside and pulled out a sticky purple and orange sweet, which he recognized as a puking pastille. Smiling to himself, he rolled over and was instantly asleep.
Yeah, what a glorious feeling. It's just like, I'm home. I'm really home here.
That's right. That's right. I feel like if you're ever having trouble sleeping, you should just bookmark or cut this page out of a book, laminate it, and put it under your own bed and read it if you need to sleep.
There you go.
You know, because it's like there's something about like reading it that makes me think of like, it reminds me of like camping. And I don't know if it's because like maybe sometimes when they stay at the Weasleys, they say they're sleeping on like camp beds or whatever. But like there's a part of me where it's like you've had this like big day, but you go and you climb in your sleeping bag and you're like kind of sleeping on the ground, but like somehow it's like more comfortable than you expect it to be. And you're just like, you know what? Lights out. Let's go.
Let's go. I just got to sleep. I just got to get out of here.
Just got to sleep. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it just sounds, maybe it's raining on top of the tent. I love rain.
Camping in the rain.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so we're off track once again. So then we wake up the next morning, or Harry does wake up the next morning, and he's groping once again, hopelessly for his glasses.
Hopelessly. Not to be found.
Not to be found. Nope. What's going on?
What are you asking someone out, Harry? Wango Balmy?
Wango Balmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't know you were here already, said a loud and excited voice, and he received a sharp blow to the top of the head. Ron, don't hit him, said a girl's voice reproachfully. Harry's hand found his glasses and he shoved them on, though the light was so bright he could hardly see anyway. A long looming shadow quivered in front of him for a moment. He blinked and Ron Weasley came into focus, grinning down at him.
Well, data that Harry needs his glasses to figure out who it is.
Right. It's like who could it be that's waking me up? It's like a girl and a boy's voice, and I'm at the burrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Okay. Oh, it's you. Got it. Whew.
Right. Yes. But Ron immediately was like, all right. You know, kind of like saying like, how you doing? And Harry's like, never been better. You? Not bad, said Ron. When'd you get here? Mum's only just told us. And he's like, about 1 o'clock in the morning.
1 o'clock. There it is.
There it is. Oh,
now we know.
Shoot, Dawn.
Shoot. Either way.
We were so close.
Yep.
But also, okay, so like Harry, again, I feel like I've already brought this up a couple of times inside of like this book. There is such a sharp contrast from where we last seen Harry, like where he was just so like down in the dumps and miserable and depressed. And it's just like, I feel like this book is just sort of like, we're just not doing it again.
Right.
It's like when people ask Harry if he's okay, he's going to say yes.
Yeah, he's going to say yes.
Yeah. It's like, that's what we gotta pull up, you know, we can't go down forever.
Right.
And yeah, so it's like never been better except for like, you know, Sirius dying like 2.5 weeks ago. And,
right.
You know, nervous about getting O.W. Wells and I'm going to have lessons with Dumbledore. No idea what that means yet.
Also, I'm the chosen one. I haven't told you guys that yet. So
coming soon to a bedroom near you.
Yeah, to like a few pages from now. But also listen to how Ron and Hermione both like treat where they sit here. Ready? It says, "Not bad," said Ron, pulling over a cardboard box and sitting on it. And same as usual, said Harry, as Hermione got in bed with Harry.
What?
No, it says Hermione perched herself on the edge of his bed. Joined him in bed, you know? She's like, I'll be sitting on the bed.
Oh, Harry Wobbles.
Right. No. Not Harry Wobbles.
What's even worse is Hermione Wobbles.
Hermy Wobbles. Yeah,
Hermy
it sounds so
Wobbles.
bad. It sounds like a disease.
It does. It absolutely sounds like a disease.
Yeah, so Ron sits on a box. Hermione sits on the bed, which Harry is sitting in.
That's right.
You know?
Yep. Oh, how are you, Hermione? Oh, I'm fine.
Who is staring intently at Harry.
Yes. Yeah.
Scrutinizing is what it says, but we all know.
We can read between the lines.
We get it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Staring adoringly at Harry from the edge of his bed.
Distance makes the heart grow fonder, and as far as she's concerned, it's been a fortnight too long.
Yeah, a fortnight too long, you know? Yeah. Man, the Hermione people, or no, the Hermione people, of course, they know what we're talking about.
They know what we're talking. I think we've done a good job at this point in time. This is what I like to tell myself, that people, because I know that there's an audible groan every time we ship Hermione, but like at the same rate, I think it's like, you know, like that really kind of like, it's a really funny part at the end of Goblet of Fire where they get to the graveyard after the maze and Cedric dies, you know?
Just such a... That was a great left turn into that joke.
Thanks.
That has nothing to do with this.
No, it does.
Okay.
Well, because people are like, I feel like at first they were like, dude, the Cedric jokes, you can't be serious. But now they're like, all right.
Yeah.
Kill the spy.
Kill the spy. Oh, boy. Man, I went bowling last weekend. That was fun.
Yeah, did you kill
a lot of Cedrics, you know?
Yeah. We should open a bowling alley.
Oh, just kill the spare.
Just to pursue this joke.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we would call it. We have to call it that.
Kill the spare.
Kill the spare.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
You guys want to head down to Kill the Spare?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we can have graveyard bowling. It's like the midnight bowl. Then they got cosmic bowling. We got graveyard bowling. You know,
You just gotta get there and kill it.
you got to get there and kill it, man. If you roll a strike when the yellow and black pin is at the front, you win a prize.
Okay. We don't know for a fact. Now I'm just like in a completely different headspace. We don't know for a fact that Cedric has a number in Quidditch, do we? Because like Harry, at least in the movies, is number 7.
Right.
And if we were doing a 7-10 split,
Yeah.
it would be like if
You'd only get one.
If Cedric was somehow number 10.
Oh my gosh. That would be the best deep cut joke. You really had to think about it to get. If in the TV show, they give them numbers and Cedric is number 10.
It would not even seem like a reach. Like
No.
Cedric is giving number 10.
Oh, 10? Totally. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you? You know?
10
you
is
might be like, why would you have 10? There's only 7 people. I was like, that does not matter. Okay. There's only 5 people on a basketball team and they're not 1 through 5.
And
you
one
know?
of them 0.
Yeah. One of them 0 and one of them's 23. So
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no problems whatsoever. But like, yeah, you can't tell me Cedric's not a 10. I mean, look at the guy.
Look, exactly. Because he's a 10.
Because he's a 10.
He's a 10. 10 feet under.
I feel like I could see the excitement where you were like, ooh.
How can I turn this joke around?
All right, back to reality.
Hermione.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, so Harry's explaining that he's not been doing very much. He's been stuck at his aunt and uncle's. And Ron's like, come off it. You've been off with Dumbledore. And Harry's like, it wasn't that exciting. But like, once again, this even reminds me of like the Hog's Head with Harry talking about like all of his various like accolades and accomplishments where it's like he just can't give himself credit. It's like,
Right.
or he can't give himself credit, or alternatively, like when you're living the legend, each of the events don't seem as important as they do when talked about after the fact or
Right.
viewed by an outside observer.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's exactly how Harry is here. It's just sort of like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like,
Right.
You know, this guy, Horace Slughorn, whatever.
Yeah. Does he say Slughorn?
He does, yes.
Okay.
He says, you've been off with Dumbledore. And Harry's like, it wasn't that exciting. He just wanted me to help persuade this old teacher to come out of retirement. His name's Horace Slughorn.
Okay. I almost cannot believe that Slughorn's reputation does not precede him in this moment. Like, it feels like if he has been teaching there for 80 years, he should be mentioned in Hogwarts history, you know? Like, how does Hermione not know who Horace Slughorn is?
Well, that's a good question. I'm trying to think if there would be who writes Hogwarts history.
Oh, I don't know.
It's not Mathilda Bagshot.
It's not Bagshot.
No, that's History of Magic.
History of Magic.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say because she doesn't write about things within the past 100 years,
Right.
so that would specifically like rule out
Right.
all of like Harry's legend,
Yeah.
and the rest.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like there's something she would have come across, advancements in potion making in the 20th century or something or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Well, at this point in time, we know that Snape has been teaching at Hogwarts for what, 16 years?
16 years.
Right. So, I mean, if he's been Potions Master that entire time, you'd have to think that Snape maybe stepped in for Slughorn.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Which would mean that, where does that put us timeline wise? 16 years ago would have been, like 1981. Right.
Yeah.
Ish. Right.
Mhm.
Yes. And
so Harry's parents would have been some of the last people he taught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Because James is born in 1960. They start in 1971, graduate in 78. right?
Right. Yeah. And then, he would retire in like 1981.
Yeah,
or
so
80,
they do just miss him.
Yeah.
By a hair.
Right. So that's probably why he has such recency bias towards Lily, too. She was like one of the last rounds of students he taught.
Also true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when in psychology, you can tend to remember like the first detail you hear, the last detail, maybe the middle, but like not the
whole run.
Not the whole run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. Anyway, either way, it's surprising Hermione doesn't know who he is, although probably the real reason is so that you're surprised that he's teaching potions later.
Which actually gets doubled down on again later on this page, because Ron's going to be like, oh, we thought it'd be something like that. And Harry's like, oh, you did. And he's like, yeah. Now that Umbridge is left, obviously we need a new defense against the dark arts teacher, don't we? So, what's he like?
Yeah.
And it's honestly for Ron, it's like, it's pretty quick thinking to be like, oh yeah, no, yeah, totally. We thought that. But it even says we need a new defense against the dark arts teacher.
Right.
Which Slughorn obviously is not.
Right. It's like leading you, the reader, down the wrong path by just assuming like Ron is right about this.
Yes, like the tradition will continue, which it won't.
Right.
Yep. And I love that right away. Harry's like, well, he looks a bit like a walrus.
Right.
And he used to be head of Slytherin, said Harry. Something wrong, Hermione. And so it's like if you're Ron and Hermione and you get these two descriptions right out the gate, it's like, okay, walrus. Former Slytherin.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll be friends.
Yep.
This will go well.
We're good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hermione's still gazing very intently at Harry from the edge of his bed.
With something like a dewy expression on her face. I think that's what it's not.
Wow.
Just kidding. It doesn't say that.
She rearranged her features hastily in an unconvincing smile as though she'd been caught staring at him. No, it doesn't say that either.
But it does say that she arranged her features hastily into an unconvincing smile.
We all know that move, though, right? You're like, oh, no, I wasn't looking.
Wow. I would say the thing on the board above your head there.
Right. Yeah.
With the way the teacher stapled that streamer to the bulletin looks really good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Very, very straight.
And then Harry rightfully says, can't be worse than Umbridge, can he? And it's like, no, he cannot be. I don't think you could get worse than Umbridge.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, there's just basically no way. But then Ginny's gonna be like, I know someone who's worse than Umbridge. Hi, Harry. And Ron's like, what's up with you? It's her, said Ginny, plonking herself down on Harry's bed next to Hermione, but maybe a little closer to Harry than Hermione was.
Yeah.
She's driving me mad.
Yeah, both girls sit on Harry's bed.
Yeah, right? You think we're not noticing?
Think we're not noticing? She's driving me mad. Okay, going a bit far, though, to say that Fleur is worse than Umbridge.
It is absolutely far to say that.
Come on now.
Yes.
Come on now, Ginny.
But I do like the way that this scene unfolds where Harry doesn't know who they're talking about. And so he goes to Mrs. Weasley.
Right.
And he's like, it says, Harry was astonished to hear Hermione talking about Mrs. Weasley like this. It could not blame Ron for saying angrily, can't you two lay off of her 5 seconds? And Ginny's like, oh, that's right. Defend her, snapped Ginny. We all know you can't get enough of her. And this seemed an odd comment to make about Ron's mother. Starting to feel he was missing something, Harry said, who are you?
Yeah.
But as he's asking the question, it is answered because a young woman was standing in the doorway of such breathtaking beauty that the room seemed to have become strangely airless.
Harry instinctively yanked the bed covers up to his chin so hard that Hermione and Ginny slid off the bed onto the floor, meaning that prior to Fleur coming in the room, he was like, yeah, take it in, ladies. No need for me to hide anything here.
Take it in.
Take it in. I guess he's wearing pajamas, but now he's embarrassed by that.
You think he's showing a little bit of chest hair or something? It's like I got 3 of them now.
Yeah, chest hair is singular. Yeah.
Did you guys spell my chest hair?
Yes, it.
The one.
The one. Yeah. Now Fleur walks in. And he's like, I'm not wearing pajamas.
Harry, she said in a throaty voice, it has been too long.
Oh, look, someone actually is speaking in a French accent now.
Yeah, instead of Harry, it has been too long.
Yeah, that's right. Regular French for Fleur.
That's right. Yeah.
Harry.
Harry.
Yes. Yeah. And then I love how she, I guess She is stealing credit for this breakfast tray, which Mrs. Weasley has assembled, then she has taken up the stairs. There was no need to pick up the tray. I was just about to do that. It was no trouble.
It's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, it was no trouble. That's why, you shouldn't have done it.
Right. The trouble was putting it together. Okay,
exactly.
Some of us want credit. All right, we've been up since 1 a.m. 1 a.m.
Yeah. But then, she's like, I have been longing to see him. You remember my sister, Gabrielle. She never stops talking about Harry Potter.
Oh, and Ginny's like, say what now?
Not cool, not good. Is she part Vila too? No, I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, yeah, let's see. Then she's like, no, silly boy. I mean, next summer we'll meet, but do you not know?
You remind me of Colette from Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Well, she's French,
No, I know. I mean, that's the voice I'm hearing as you speak.
Okay, yeah. Colette, Fleur, very similar vibe,
If anything, Colette feels more like Tonks.
Yeah, 1,000,000% more like Tonks. Yes.
Yeah. So her great blue eyes widened and she looked reproachfully at Mrs. Weasley, who said, we hadn't gone around to telling him yet. And this is even kind of funny where it's like, would it be of such high expectation that Molly tell Harry that Bill and Fleur are getting married?
Right. It's like they're treating it as if Molly intentionally avoided this news rather than gracefully waited for Fleur, giving them the opportunity to tell him.
Just give him a moment at all. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, Molly is absolutely bursting with news when Harry first arrives, and it is not this.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, if she told him, I'm sure it would go the other way. Like, you already told him,
Yeah, also true. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If you're Molly, you're darned if you do, darned if you don't. Yeah.
Bill and I are going to be married.
Oh, said Harry blankly. He could not help noticing how Mrs. Weasley, Hermione, and Ginny were all determinedly avoiding one another's gaze. Wow. Congratulations. She swooped down upon him and kissed him again. Bill is very busy at the moment, working very hard. And I only work part-time at Gringotts for my English. So he brought me here for a few days to get to know his family properly. I was so pleased to hear you were becoming. There was not much to do here unless you like cooking and chickens. It's like,
read the room, Fleur.
It's like, these people live here.
These people live here by choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I like cooking and chicken, so I don't know where you're coming from here.
Right, yeah. Not much to do here unless they're cooking chickens and carrying trays upstairs,
Exactly, yeah. Right, yeah, that's the big three.
Enjoy your breakfast, Harry.
Mrs. Weasley made a noise that sounded like,
Mom hates her. I do not hate her. I just think they've heard into this engagement. That's all.
That's all, yeah. They've known each other a year, said Ron, who looked oddly groggy and was staring at the closed door. Well, that's not very long. I know why it's happened, of course. It's all this uncertainty with you-know-who coming back. People think they might be dead tomorrow, so they're rushing to all sorts of decisions they normally take time over. It was the same last time he was powerful. People eloping left, right, and center.
Yeah, and then Ginny, who's also against Fleur, takes this moment to turn it back on her mom, including you and Dad.
Yes, well, your father and I were made for each other. What was the point in waiting?
Oh, but so are they, Molly. So are they.
I love this self-serving bias, though. It's like, no. You don't understand. We're different.
You don't understand. We're built different, right. Okay?
Ours counts.
Ours counts and theirs doesn't because reasons, all right?
Right.
All right? Yeah. All right? Anyway,
yeah.
Coleman, he's hardworking, down to earth sort of person, where she's a cow. And how dare you say that cows are not hardworking, down to earth sorts of cows?
They are extremely down to earth.
That's almost all they are.
They live their lives close to the earth.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Also, it just feels like the not nearly close enough description. I don't know what you would call her. She was described as willowy.
Right.
So maybe like a tree.
A tree. Yeah. A cow, probably not the right one.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
But Bill's not that down to earth, is he? He's a curse breaker. He likes a bit of adventure, a bit of glamour.
Wink.
Wink, 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 wink. I guess that's why he's going for Phlegm.
Look at Ginny dropping the jokes here, man.
I know. Yeah, we need silly Ginny in the series. But let's see here. Yeah, then Mrs. Weasley is going to be like, stop calling her that, Ginny. Well, I'd better get it on. Eat your eggs while they're warm, Harry. Looking careworn, she left the room. Ron still seemed slightly punch-drunk. He was shaking his head experimentally like a dog trying to rid its ears of water. It feels like something out of a cartoon.
I know it does. That's why they need to make Harry. I know we don't need another remake of the show of this series, but I would love Harry Potter, the series, the anime. You know?
Oh my gosh! Yes, yes. There is something to be said.
There is something to be said. Like the very silly, maybe not even anime, but like I'm imagining almost like Teen Titans Go kind of animation.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Someone can make that.
Right. Someone can do that.
We can be voice actors.
I would love to do it.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
You need someone for Southern Belle?
We will come in.
We will do it.
It's like
we will do it.
Who do you voice in the new series? It's like Bellatrix, obviously.
Bellatrix. Yeah. Duh. Come on, man. Can't you tell?
You gotta mean it, Potter.
Oh man.
Righteous anger will only take you so far.
That's right. I shall show you how it's done. No, that's French. Why'd I do it? I messed up. Never mind.
I shall show you how it's done.
I shall show you how it's done.
Now let me just show
Shall
you how
I?
Yeah. It sounds like somebody condescendingly explaining how to like change a tire.
I
Now
killed
let me
Sirius
show you
Black.
how it's done.
Yeah.
I killed Sirius Black
Um,
at pool down at Delacour's, you know.
yeah.
The body shop
yeah.
/ bar.
Yeah. Delacour's. Go down there for a Coors Light.
That's right. Deli and Coors.
A deli.
Light.
They're a deli.
They're a beer place.
Fleur Deli Coors. You can get flowers, beer, and meat at the same time. That's fantastic.
And tires.
And tires. Ooh, boy. Hermione is not impressed with Ron's need to shake off the floors.
That's right. That's right. Yes. She describes it as pathetic.
It's pathetic.
Yeah. Well, Mom's going to put a stop to it if she can. I'll bet you anything. And Harry's like, how's she going to manage that?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Molly not into it. She's going to try and get Tonks to end up with Bill. But this is all going to change by the end of the book when, you know, Fleur is like, I love him even though he was attacked by Fenrir.
It actually is kind of a special moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, and I think that that's really what's happening here is that I think Molly and Ginny, especially, are probably just concerned that like they're in it for the wrong reasons. That
Right.
like, it would be like, well, of course you want to date Fleur. Look at her. You know, but like she's maybe not like, you know, like is she like the life partner you're looking for? And it's like, turns out, yes.
Turns out, yes.
Turns out she's pretty solid, actually. Let's see here. So, yeah, Ron's gonna be like, yeah, that'll work. This is in response to Tonks. He's like, listen, no bloke in his right mind's gonna fancy Tonks when Fleur's around. I mean, Tonks is okay looking when she isn't doing stupid things with her hair and her nose. But and Ginny's like, well, she's a darn sight nicer than Phlegm.
Which, to Ron's credit, we just saw Tonks in her non-transfigured or non-transformed form at all.
True.
Just as like her regular self. So although Ron is being rather superficial here, he is also complimenting Tonks's natural beauty.
Also true.
Yeah.
Also true. That's a good point. That's good. Way to go, Ron. Way to not be shallow.
Wait a
That's the takeaway.
That's the spin we're putting on that.
It's not, for what it's worth. Let's see. But then you do have a kind of like a little bit of like an injection, I think, from Harry, which I think is actually reasonable because clearly Fleur is just getting absolutely dragged through the mud here.
It's not clear why Hermione doesn't like her. I guess because Ron's ogling after Fleur.
This was true, I feel like, in Goblet too, though, where like Hermione's the one who is supposed to be like understanding the point of the tournament so much more than the rest of everybody else. She's like, it's all about international friendships and whatever, you know. But then it does seem like she's always kind of like putting her nose up at Beauxbaton.
Yeah,
like
it does seem like that. Yeah, she's like, and she's more intelligent. She's an Auro, said Hermione from the corner. And Harry's like, well, Fleur's not stupid. She was good enough to enter the Triwizard Tournament. So he's kind of got her to rock her to hard places. Like, unless you're saying that's dumb, because then you'd be calling me and Victor dumb.
Vicky, have you written to him recently?
And then Ron's be like, what? Huh?
Come, what's he doing?
What's he doing? What are you talking about him? He's not coming here. Nope. I suppose you like the way Phlegm says, Harry, do you, said Ginny scornfully. Ho-ho! Man, so they're both just quite jealous because they think that Harry and Ron are attracted to Fleur. That's basically what's happening.
You mean just Harry's attracted to Fleur?
Yeah.
They're both upset because they think Harry's attracted to Fleur.
Right. Oh, yeah, exactly. just Harry. Ron has nothing to do with it. Exactly.
Ron is like, present.
Present, I am here. Right. Yes. The Ginny fears the flower pot,
That's right. Hey, that's it. The flower pot.
Yeah.
We love it. We love it. Let's see. So then we're going to be talking about Tonks a little bit more. She hasn't been much of a laugh though lately, said Ron. Every time I've seen her, she looks more like moaning Myrtle.
Lately, meaning what, the last 2 weeks?
Right.
Yeah.
That's not fair, snapped Hermione. She still hasn't gotten over what happened. I mean, he was a cousin.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. They even say it outright that there was a cousin.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually went back to the Black family tree for this one because Sirius's mother, Walburga's brother, Cygnus, is the father of Andromeda, Narcissa, and Bellatrix.
Okay.
So we're like up one, over one, down one.
Okay. So cousins, not first cousins. Second cousins?
No, like mom's brothers, kids. Oh, wait. Mom's brothers, kids.
Yeah, mom's brothers, kids.
You're right. Okay.
So second cousins, I think.
Yes, second cousins. You're right.
Okay. Well, even so.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But then we sort of go into this whole thing where Tonks Hermione is suggesting that Tonks thinks it was her fault that Sirius died.
Right.
And this is actually like one of those like rare moments where I feel like Hermione is just missing it completely because this is not what Tonks is actually upset about.
Right.
And because like Harry will even go so far as to be like, well, how does she work that one out? And Hermione will explain on her behalf incorrectly that Tonks was the one fighting Bellatrix, wasn't she? I think she feels that if only she had finished her off, Bellatrix couldn't have killed Sirius. And then Ron's gonna be like, well, that's stupid. And she's like, it's survivor's guilt, and it's like, Hermione, you have jumped to all of these, not like, because I don't think any of that is true.
Right. Yeah, it's just a bunch of conclusions.
Yes, exactly.
In there. And then you kind of get like the doubling back where she says, I know Lupin's tried to talk around, but she's still really down. So what's really happening there is that she's seeing Lupin talking to Tonks, and Lupin's basically telling her, I can't be with you. And that's what's making her down.
Exactly.
It's like the talks with Lupin are the problem.
Oh, that's exactly. Yeah. Lupin is not helping any at all because he is actually the cause.
Right.
Yeah. So that means that because of all this, though, she's really having trouble with her metamorphosing. Metamorphosing. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, it's the way that the PHOSING is spelled. It seems like a strange way to spell that word.
It does.
We'll go with it. Why not? And then one of them is like, with her, she can't change her appearance like she used to. I think her powers must have been affected by shock or something. I didn't know that could happen. Nor did I, said Hermione, but I suppose if you're really depressed.
Do you think this is supposed to like set up some sort of red herring where like you think, oh, Tonks can't transform, but maybe that's not true and she is transforming into someone, like there's like someone in disguise again?
That's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah, because it doesn't really feel... I'm trying to think if there's like any reason why this would end up having like major long-term implications or like the way it folds into the plot otherwise.
Right.
Like, do we have any other skills that can't be done because of like depression? I mean, I guess when Harry's wearing the...
he can't do the Patronus when he's wearing the locket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which would it be kind of similar? Like a very like personal branch of magic.
Right.
That you can't do because of being down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who you would need to be like in disguise, or like, who was Tonks secretly transformed into or something. But
sure.
Yeah. I still don't know who it would be. Like, because Harry's on the map quite a bit this book. So like you'd think he'd discover her pretty quickly.
You definitely would.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. I don't know where I think that's going, but it's a great question. Something to definitely think about. Let's see here. The door opened again and Mrs. Weasley popped her head in. Ginny, she whispered, come downstairs and help me with lunch.
With lunch. She just brought them up breakfast.
That's right. That's
or Harry.
Right. Yeah. I think actually here in just a moment, Harry is going to start putting food in his mouth to like avoid engaging in a specific conversation. So he's not even done at all. And they're already working on lunch.
Exactly. Classic Mrs. Weasley.
But then I also think this is like a Ginny moment that we like need in film for, because it says Ginny's sort of like, well, I'm talking to this law. Mrs. Weasley's like, now. And then it says that she swung her long red hair around in a very good imitation of Fleur and pranced across the room with her arms held aloft like a ballerina.
Right.
And it's like, okay. That Ginny is not in the movies.
No, she's not.
Like, it's like they didn't even give Bonnie Wright a chance to do a playful version of Ginny.
No,
it's
no
like,
chance.
And like the Cursed Child does this too, where they have Ginny be like very intimidating and intense. Like she has like a moment in the Cursed Child where like she like screams at Draco.
Right.
You know,
and it's like played for humor mostly.
Yes, it is.
Right.
It is. But like, I feel like Ginny is also just lighthearted and funny.
Right.
And like, that's the part that like you just don't see. Like,
right. Like why should it be so severe?
Right. Exactly. Like even like in the Slug Club in the movies, they like have her show up and like Hermione's like, she's been crying again. Her and Dean have been fighting. And it's like, it just doesn't really seem like Ginny's the kind of person who could be like hurt in a relationship to the point of being in tears. Like it seems like she would just be like, it's not worth my time.
Right. Yeah. Like, I don't have time for this, so I'm going to see you, Dean.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
Yes. It's like, I pretty much still like Harry this whole time anyway. So.
Right. It's all just a long con anyway.
That's
so,
right. Yeah.
Right. Does that happen? Is she crying because of Dean in this book?
I don't know if she's crying because of Dean in this book. I know that in the movies she's crying because of Dean.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
The movies make her very serious, and they just don't give her like a lot of opportunities to be Ginny the way that I feel like Ginny is depicted.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. I was like, does that happen in here? But I don't think that happens in the book.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yep. Let's see. So then Hermione gets the whole situation, which sets up this fun little circular thing that happens later when we meet Fred and George. But she picks up the punching telescope, which Ron is like, be careful. And then she promptly like holds it up to her eye.
Well, I guess to be fair, it is the portion of the conversation where Harry is finally able to like let them know that he has in fact heard the prophecy. But you're right. Like she picks up the telescope and then doesn't set it down.
Right.
Like she just like even Ron is sort of like, hey, be careful with that. You know, like if it's still here, it probably isn't ready for the shop yet, and you should be on the watch out.
Right.
But instead she holds on to it the entire time.
Yep.
And Harry's going to go through and he's going to be like, I don't know exactly why he's going to be giving me private lessons, but I think it must be because of the prophecy. And it's like neither Ron nor Hermione spoke. So they're sitting there like, yeah, we've been wondering about this. Like what's about to go down.
Yeah. Like we've been wondering about that too. Could you tell us do you know what it said or like what's up?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And Hermione's like, but no one knows what it said though. Like it got smashed. And he's like, oh, that's what you think.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Ron's like, well, the prophet says, and Harry's like, well, the prophet's got it right. Like amazingly right.
Yeah.
It pretty much has it like completely down. And he goes on to explain the glass ball that we smashed wasn't the only record of the prophecy. I heard the whole thing in Dumbledore's office. He was the one the prophecy was made to, so he could tell me. And it says, it looks like I'm the one who's got to finish off Voldemort. At least it said, neither of us can live while the other survives.
You know, I really think it's weird they keep quoting that particular part of it when the part that makes it seem like they have to kill each other is the one with the power to vanquish the Dark Lord approaches. One must die at the hand of the other.
Yeah, it seems like that's the one that would really do it. Yeah.
Well, yes, that part seems much more like neither can live while the other survives. That just means like one of you needs to die so the other one can live, not one of you has to do it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I also, I do sort of like love the implication here because it's not just like surviving what I feel like that piece of the text says, like neither can live while the other survives. It's like Harry never is going to get to have a normal life.
Right.
Which is like the thing that like Dumbledore was saying at the end of Order of the Phoenix, he was trying so hard to preserve for him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can't. It's like, that is part of the prophecy, basically. It's like Harry cannot live his life until this journey is over.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's not just life and death. It's also like living, you know,
Right,
like I don't want to survive.
I want to live.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. So anyway, he starts to explain that to them. Hermione squeezes the telescope and punches herself in the face.
Yes, and she is now sporting a brilliantly purple black eye, which
Nice.
I am so curious whether or not this is a magical black eye or like a physical black eye, because one, physical black eyes take a long time to show up, or at least longer than immediately.
It almost has to be magical because like Molly can't get rid of it.
Exactly. But she also seems to like throw this off rather quickly. Like, Ron's going to be like, oh, don't worry, Mom will fix that. She's good at hearing minor injuries. And Hermione's just going to be like, oh, well, never mind that now. Harry. And it's like, dude, if you just got a black eye, you are not like immediately like back into the conversation.
You got to at least be just like, oh my God, wow. Hold on.
Right.
Harry, scoot over. I need to sit. A little further. Okay. Now closer. Okay. Oh.
A little further. Now closer. Oh man. Yeah, she sat down on the edge of his bed again. Look at that.
Oh, does it say that?
It does. It is literally the next sentence.
I did not read that. Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Right. Yes. But so then, basically Hermione and Ron clearly have had like some thoughts about what could have happened. Because she's going to say like, we wondered after we got back from the ministry, we thought it might be something like this. Oh, Harry, are you scared? And Harry says, not as much as I was when I first heard it. I was, but now it seems as though I've always known that I was going to have to face him in the end.
See, even this is like a little bit of humility. Like Harry is able to like admit fear about the situation, which is like something Voldemort cannot do.
True.
Right.
That's a good point. But then you kind of get like an interesting piece of insight from Ron, who basically is going to be like, well, Dumbledore wouldn't be giving you lessons if he thought you were a goner. Like he wouldn't waste his time, right? And
wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's specifically because he's a goner that Dumbledore wants to give him lessons.
Right.
But still, there's the gleam of triumph.
Yeah, at this point. At this point, he does think he can survive. So.
That's true. But now it's a matter of getting him there.
Right.
But Hermione is going to agree. Like, that's true. Like, I wonder what he'll teach you, Harry. Probably really advanced defensive magic, powerful counter curses, anti-jinxes. And it's like, this would be so fun if it were true.
Yeah.
Like, if all of a sudden, like, Harry was just like supercharged and it was like, okay, Harry's never going to be exceptional at magic. However, he's about to get an O on his defense against the dark arts. He's about to take private lessons with Dumbledore. He has to face Voldemort. Like, time to learn like the big kid stuff.
I mean, the big kid stuff,
Dumbledore's
like, the big kid stuff isn't what we teach at Hogwarts, Harry. Nope. The big kid stuff is like intangible magic that you just like feel, You feel it. You can feel it.
And
it's
sometimes
about the choices we make.
That's right. And sometimes it's intel.
Right.
And
learning and know thy enemy.
Right. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in Sun Tzu's The Art of War, Harry.
I wanted to make that reference so bad. I couldn't remember the name of it, but that's so good. Yes. I'm glad our brains,
there we go.
We shared the brain cell enough
right.
to get there.
It's like, I've been teaching you a little bit. I've been teaching you about Voldemort's past and The Art of War.
The Art of War, obviously. War. Yeah. You need to know these things.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But then you had this really powerful moment as well, because there's like a warmth that is spreading through him that had nothing to do with the sunlight. A tight obstruction in his chest seemed to be dissolving. He knew that Ron and Hermione were more shocked than they were letting on, but the mere fact that they were still there on either side of him, especially Hermione, who was sitting close to him on the bed, speaking bracing words of comfort, not shrinking from him as though he were contaminated or dangerous. This is just the sheer power of friendship.
We'll see, and it's like it's very carefully placed, because like Hermione says, I wonder what he'll teach you, Harry. Really advanced defensive magic, probably. Powerful counter curses, anti-jinxes. And the next paragraph is more of the exact stuff that he's really learning from Dumbledore. It's like the magic that Harry is feeling at these words is the magic he's talking about.
Right. Yes. I mean, it's almost even hilariously from Hermione. She's got that really famous line from book one that's like, Harry's like, well, I'm not as good as you at magic. And Hermione's going to say like, cleverness and books, they're more important things. Friendship. Yeah. And bravery.
Right.
And it's like, that's this.
That's it. That's it. It is the intangible magic of friendship and bravery and courageousness that defeats Voldemort.
Exactly. Yeah. Then this is also very funny to me as well, because this is like another Hermione book one thing where it's like she's got to sort out her priorities, because Harry has just explained, I have to fight Voldemort to the death. My two best friends. Do you guys understand like what I'm up against here? I have to fight him to the death. And then it's like, oh, by the way, OWLs are arriving today. And Hermione's like, oh my gosh.
Say what? Today? Why didn't you? Oh my God. She actually says God here, which is a rare, they don't usually reference. There's not much religious reference. I mean, there's plenty of references, but like they don't verbalize them.
You mean Harry, the person who dies for everybody and comes back to save everyone?
Yeah, before he visits King's Cross.
Yeah.
That one.
That's right.
Yeah, but she actually says God here, which is just like I don't know. You don't see them say it. Normally they say like Merlin's beard or something in favor of that. I don't know if that's just like Hermione like grew up in like a Muggle household or something.
Could be.
But like otherwise, I mean, there's not zero like nods to Christianity in that they celebrate the Easter holidays and the Christmas holidays, not like the spring and winter holidays.
True.
Yeah. So
true.
There's some of that in there. But
Right. Good point.
Yeah.
So then we're back downstairs and Mrs. Weasley is absolutely failing to remove the black eye from Hermione, which is really honestly kind of like fascinating because I feel like Molly, who was always kind of like looked down at Fred and George's brand of magic, now can't outdo their brand of magic.
Oh yeah, she's outdone them. I also like that Harry carries down his empty breakfast tray, meaning that he ate it all.
All of it.
Which if you look at the chapter art was quite a feast.
Quite a spread. I mean, it's like a cornucopia, if you will, of foods and stuff.
Yeah. Man, looks good. Makes me hungry.
Big stack of toast, eggs, maybe some porridge, ham.
Probably a couple baked potatoes in there for good measure.
I mean, for good measure, he's a growing boy.
They are growing boys. They're growing Gryffindors.
That's right.
Yep.
Let's see here. So then, we're waiting for the OWLs to arrive, and Hermione's gonna be like, I know I messed up ancient runes. I definitely made at least one serious mistranslation, which is good continuity because I'm pretty sure after her ancient runes, she comes back and is like, I mixed up Awa.
Yeah, Awa and Eru or something.
Yes, exactly. I always remember it because I feel like it's like the word from Avatar for like whatever their god is.
Yeah, Awa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that is a thing that happens back in Order of the Phoenix. And then she says the defense against the dark arts practicable is no good at all. That's not the one with the Boggart, is it?
That's year 3.
That's year 3 when McGonagall tells her that she failed all of her exams.
Yeah.
That is also interesting because we're about to find out that the one course that Harry out-achieves her on is defense against the dark arts, where he gets an O and she gets an exceeds expectations.
It's the only one she doesn't get an O in.
Correct. But yeah, then Ron is sort of like, Hermione, will you shut up when you've got your 10 outstanding OWLs?
She's like, don't, you're going to jinx it. Why would you say that out loud, Ron?
I know. And the World Cup is going on right now and the U.S. men's national team is officially out, but they were playing unexpectedly well. And it was kind of like one of those things where I feel like every single person I was around was like, well, don't say anything about it. Like,
right.
Don't
like, just be cool. Like, be cool.
Be cool. Don't acknowledge it. It's fine. It's fine.
Like, it's cool. We're good, right?
We're good.
We got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see here. I know I've failed everything. And then Harry says, what happens if we fail? We discuss our options with our head of house. I asked Professor McGonagall at the end of last term.
Yeah.
To which I'm sure McGonagall was like, Miss Granger, you have not failed your OWLs.
And McGonagall probably just rolled her eyes. Miss Granger, I want you to go home.
Yes.
Let's go to bake some ginger nuts.
Exactly. Got a lot to do. So then we see the owls themselves, the physical owls, and the OWLs as well in tow, arriving off in the distance as 3 little black specks. And then 1, 2, 3 owls soared through the window and landed on the table in a neat line. All 3 of them lifted their right legs. Which I'm like, man, this is like excellent choreography.
I know, right? What are these like owls trained at the British School of Owl Arts, you know?
They almost certainly.
Right.
I mean, where else would it be?
The formal Owl Academy.
The former Owl Academy?
Formal. Yes.
Isn't there a show called Owl Notice? Owl School of Owls?
Oh, you're right. What is it? There's
Owl
like
House.
a Disney show, Owl House. Yeah.
Is that
something
it?
like that. That might be it.
Yeah.
People told us to watch it.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I only got so much time. So I've been trying to I kid you not, I've been trying to watch the latest season of Invincible. And when I say I have to like try to watch it, I'm like watching an episode like 7 minutes at a time in the morning before my kids wake up.
Wow.
And I keep thinking, man, I got up early today. I might get to watch a whole episode. And then I'm like, I guess I'll finish the middle part of this episode tomorrow.
Cannot wait.
Cannot wait to see what happens. Man, I'm so glad Mark and Eve are working out. Spoilers. Not really.
There you go.
I know.
Okay, so the OWLs arrive and everybody goes to open up their letter. We get the kind of like breakdown for the various pass and fail grades, which includes Troll T, which is something that Hermione doesn't even know exists in the last book. And Fred and George include it. They're like, T. And it's like, T, what does T stand for? Troll. And it comes across as if it could be a joke, but here you have it on the official document that says troll is something that you can receive.
It's a little prejudice towards trolls.
I know. Yeah. The trolls are over there like, hey.
They're like, hey, we start with D.
Drolls.
They're like, no, you start with T. Oh, right.
In that case, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yes, you wouldn't want to be dreadful, right?
Right.
Yeah, you're worse than that. No, but anyway, yeah. So Harry does not receive any T's, which is fortunate.
Yeah.
He does end up with 7 OWLs.
Booyah.
So one of those classic little pieces of trivia. And also in Harry Potter, it's always 7. And when it's not 7, it's 13. When it's not 13, it's 12. When it's not 12, it's 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. And this time it's 7.
It is 7. Yep. The 2 courses that he did not pass are divination, which makes perfect sense. He got a P or poor, and history of magic, which is the one that he passed out during. Although Ron did not pass out during it and also failed it. So
there you go.
You got that. Yeah. So Ron says only failed divination and history of magic, and who cares about them? He said. He said happily to Harry, "Here, swap."
Yeah. Harry also just got an A in astronomy, which was because that was when Umbridge was attacking McGonagall.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So do you think in that particular case they were just like, yeah, everybody gets A's?
Yeah, I think Harry probably would have gotten an E otherwise.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. So you're saying like the A is a low grade.
It's like an explainable why he got a lower grade.
True. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yes. Good point. But yeah, so then Ron's looking at it and he's like, knew you'd be top in defense against the dark arts. We've done all right, haven't we? And Miss Lee's like, well done, 7 OWLs. That's more than Fred and George got together. And
so what are the 3 you think they got? You know, it almost has to be like charms and potions.
I mean,
based on what they do,
I would have said like charms, defense against the dark arts, and transfiguration. Would have been my guesses.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
right.
Just based on like what they're ultimately dealing with there. And it would also feel like then you were really getting good grades in like the very important subjects. I mean, right. I guess missing like herbology and potions. But it feels like care of magical creatures is not always like the most advanced.
It's
course.
Not. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. And like, I'm trying to think, do they mention like which classes they're taking in their 6th year, like last year? Like Lee says, like borrowed Niffler from Hagrid or whatever. But it's like, does that mean he was taking the class then? You know, you think Lee would have similar classes to the twins?
You would think that,
but not necessarily.
Are they 7th years last year? Yeah, because they're 6th years in Goblet, and they're still taking Defense Against the Dark Arts then with Moody because they're like never had a class like it.
Right. Which means one of their OWL. Well, it doesn't mean one of the OWLs. No,
it does mean one of their OWLs was the ADA.
Yeah. Okay. So we know that one.
Right.
Which means, God, do they only have 3 classes
Could
at
be.
all for the final 2 years?
Could be.
Yeah, might be.
I mean, I wonder if that's like where like you could talk to McGonagall about it, you know? Like,
right.
They basically got there and they're sort of like, we're pretty much just here for Quidditch and to look out for Harry. So like,
yeah,
I mean, and she's like, yeah, good enough for me. Good enough. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like Charms has to be one of them too, because they do the swamp and Flitwick is like, this is amazing. You know?
Yeah. He is a seriously impressive piece of magic.
Plus most of what they're doing with their joke shop is charm work.
It's a lot of charm work, but then like there's like the Canary Creams, which is transfiguration.
You're right. That is there.
What about the...
And I mean, they use a lot of like potion ingredients and like herbology ingredients for stuff,
True.
you know, but yeah, it's got to be, could it be, is it like, it's got to be potions or transfiguration. It almost feels like it has to be. Certainly it's not going to be like divination. I doubt they cared about astronomy. Like care of magical creatures feels like they could pass it without trying that hard.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yes, for sure. I don't know. It's definitely curious. It would be like a fascinating one to like go through and with a fine tooth comb and see if there's not like any indications.
Yeah.
Like old Flitwick told us this morning or something.
Right.
You know, which wouldn't seem impossible.
No, yeah. I wonder if we can suss out what their 3 classes were.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. So Ginny asks Hermione, "How'd you do?" And Hermione's like, Not bad. And Ron pops over and he's like, "Yep, 9 outstandings and 1 exceeds expectations at Defense Against the Dark Arts." He looked down at her, half amused, half exasperated. "You're actually disappointed, aren't you?"
It's so Hermione. Oh man, she's like, pretty bad.
Yeah. Not what I was hoping for. Honestly, got 1 E. Not kind of wanted all O's.
All O's. How hard would that have been? You know,
right. But they are now officially NEWT students. And the one thing though that Harry is dealing with, and this is continuing to set up that sort of like Slughorn reveal, is that his ambition to become an Auror has now officially come to a close.
Right, because apparently he cannot take potions because it doesn't have the required grade.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep. In potions specifically, and the difference here is that like Snape will only accept people who receive O's, but Slughorn will receive people who have achieved an E.
Right.
So it's kind of like, okay, all right. Well, even that kind of feels like it makes sense. Like, different teachers set different standards. Why not?
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It does feel crazy though that like this 1 grade could or should dictate like your whole future.
It does feel pretty harsh. Absolutely. But yeah, it's also funny because he's going to say like, it was really odd seeing that it was a Death Eater in disguise who had first told Harry that he would make a good Auror, but somehow the idea had taken a hold of him and he couldn't really think of anything else he would like to be. And it's like, Defense Against the Dark Arts professor.
You can't think of anything else, like maybe something you did last year, Harry?
Exactly. Exceedingly well. You know,
right.
It's like your army will fight in the battle and help turn the tide.
Yeah. Also, you know what else that same exact Death Eater suggested to you is like, what are you good at, Harry? What are you good at? What are you good at? And he's like, flying. Yes, exactly. You're really good at flying. And he's like, Quidditch? Can I think of Quidditch?
Could be, like go
play Quidditch.
Could be a reserve player for Puddlemere United.
Yeah, right. You could reunite with Oliver Wood.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. I mean, how great would that be? You could be an international Quidditch star. You know,
right?
You could do it. You could do it, Harry.
Finally, ask out Hermione.
Exactly. You could finally ask out Hermione because you'd finally be good enough. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. We'll see. Right. See how much you look like a bird of prey first.
Right.
Okay. Why don't we just wait for that?
Well, you know what? When the 1998 World Cup rolls around and it's England versus Bulgaria in the finals, and you get to go against Crumb again, it's going to be big. It's going to be big news.
It's going to be big news.
People are going to be like, wow, Potter versus Crumb. What is this? The Triwizard Tournament? Look at that. Amos Diggory in the top box.
Oh man. And then I guess you could also have like the Bulgarian mascot were Vila, so you could probably have Fleur there as well.
Oh yeah. Fleur would be there as well.
Fleur and Bill having like a little like house divided outfit situation going on.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes. Very good.
Oh boy. But yeah, so Harry couldn't think of anything else he'd like to be, and it does seem like the right destiny as an Auror for him since he had heard the prophecy a few weeks ago. Neither can live while the other survives.
There are other destinies that make sense for this.
There are, especially because the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher position is specifically cursed because of Voldemort.
Right.
And it is like your best skill, as we just see on your own grades.
You can't think of anything you'd rather do. You literally just help recruit a teacher, my man.
Man. Yeah.
My man.
Headmaster. Why not?
Be headmaster. Why can't you think of Harry? How you got 7 OWLs is beyond me.
Me
not
too.
for freaking common sense. I'll tell you that much.
Exactly. Exactly. But that does bring us to the end of chapter 5. Looking forward to chapter 6, Draco's Detour. Jay, before we close out today, Do you have a review for us?
Well, I sure do, Ben.
I can't wait.
All right. Today's review comes from Mama Reeves, who says, great podcast. Love how the Super Carlin brothers dive all things Harry Potter. Definitely worth a listen. Question: who from the core group / current students do you think would become the next great wand maker? My pick is Luna. She spent so much time with Ollivander. She's always been able to see value in the overlooked, and she's kind of eccentric brilliance that feels perfect for wand lore. Love to hear your thoughts.
I actually love Luna as an option. That I don't know if that I would have immediately gotten there, but it's absolutely correct that they are held in Malfoy Manor together for a stretch of time.
Yep.
They seem to have like a very positive relationship with one another. It does feel like Ollivander always sort of has this like he's like lawful neutral, I think is probably like the best way to describe him. Like he's not a bad guy. Harry is always unsure about him, which is really the main thing that would like detract from him being just a good guy or a positively aligned person. But like he does sort of have
or is he just like a true neutral?
Just a true. What do you mean like a true neutral?
Well, no, I guess because he's like good. Right.
He's not chaotic.
Not chaotic, right.
Yeah, that would be more like Peeves.
But like what's right in the middle of the square, right?
That is the middle. Chaotic neutral would be the middle.
Is it?
Yeah. Whereas like lawful
good,
or
chaotic, evil.
Yeah.
Right. Chaotic, neutral. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, okay. I would say you're right. Yeah. Lawful.
Did I say lawful? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. All I'm trying to say though is Luna also sort of has that like openness to kinds of magical entities that I think can be often overlooked. And I could see a world where wand lore has a very positive, like how wand lore could potentially interact with the likes of like Nargles and Raxburts, for example.
Right.
Like as if like a good wand wood tree is not just one that features bowtruckles, but also has this, that, or the other.
Right.
But then like we also know that Luna sort of has like an adjacency to care of magical creatures because she goes on to marry Newt's grandson, Rolf Scamander, which almost certainly means that she has an affiliation like with Magizoology.
Yeah.
And I could see that being of extreme import to somebody who needs to collect dragon heartstrings, unicorn hairs, and phoenix feathers. So that feels like it could be, tucked in there. I'm pretty sure Ollivander is a Ravenclaw.
Okay. Yeah.
Which isn't essential, but Luna just also is.
Right.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else though that would immediately stand out.
Well, to me, you could probably make an argument for Neville because of like the wand woods and the herbology of it all.
True.
Could possibly be in there. It seems less likely than Luna. And then even Harry, might be the other person because he does have his understanding of wand lore by the final battle is like what, wins the battle. He does understand it there. And he's got like that, a greater understanding of like the intangible power of certain acts kind of thing that seems like wand lore is, mystical in.
The thing I always go to is like Ron getting to destroy the lock at Horcrux. It's like Harry sort of is like, it needs to be you. And it even says like Harry wasn't being noble. Like Dumbledore taught him enough about certain kinds of magic. And it's like Ron was the one who actually got the sword from the frozen pond. So it's like, it needs to be him. Right. Like you did it. And therefore this. So you're right. That would be another one that I think could be a great fit. Even just getting to know like Brother Wands, Priori Incantatum.
Right. He knows a lot about it.
He does.
By the end.
He's been quite informed. Even just like the wand chooses the wizard, Mr. Potter.
Exactly. Like, because you're right. He experiences the twin cores, the Priori Incantatum, the changing of allegiances.
Yep. Even the Golden Fire, the wand acting of its own accord.
Yeah, you're right. That's another one. So Harry has like, experience with like 4 bits of pretty extremely rare wand information.
Yes, indeed. And then this is just taking it one step further, maybe even just to flex our own knowledge.
Plus he's the master of the Elder Wand.
Well, he's the master of the Elder Wand, which he puts back, so he's not going to use it.
No, he's not.
To make wands or anything. But let's see here. What was I going to say? I was going to say that like Ron's wand is like ash and unicorn hair for books 1 and 2, as is Cedric's, I believe. But that is like the worst possible combination for like hand-me-down wands. So it would just be like another thing that Harry would have witnessed like up close to potentially have that experience with.
Well, he also repaired a wand with the Elder Wand.
True.
Which is pretty unusual. And he got to see Ron's broken wand in action for a year and what the effects of that would be.
Right.
You know, I don't hate the idea of Harry as like the new wand maker in Diagon Alley either, because then he like gets to be the one that introduces every like new wizard to the world.
True.
You know, which is like his whole thing, you know,
right.
Early on. Yeah.
Yes. And there is something kind of special about like the wand ceremony because it happens before you've been sorted into your house.
Right.
So it's almost like you can't even come in and be like, oh, you're a Slytherin. It's like, well, I'm going to like intentionally like not pair you with the right thing. It's like,
right.
There's a nobility and like an authenticity and a pureness to pairing people with their correct wands.
Right.
Because you're doing it like, you know, for all intents and purposes.
Right. Like everyone has the same potential starting out.
The same blank slate.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay. Yeah. Very, very cool. No, that's a really fun question. Harry the Wand Maker.
Oh yeah. I don't hate it. Potters. Potters in business 1997 to present.
Like people are like, oh, the old place had a longer streak. We have to be sure about that.
Everyone's like coming. He's like right across the street from Ollivander's, and people are like, well, they've been in a long time, but Harry Potter. I mean, come on, man's been through a lot. Saved all of wizard kind, you know.
That's right.
Pretty good.
We like him.
Ollivander's just over there like, I can't believe this guy. I told him about the Elder Wand, and now he's stealing my business. Wow. Yeah.
Talk about terrible but great.
Yeah.
I mean, game respects game, but I'm going out of business over here.
Terrible but great.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. I cannot believe how long we ended up going on Phlegm.
And Phlegm.
Yeah. So there you go. But don't forget, guys, that if you sign up for our Patreon page by the end of July, that's July 31st, 2026, you with an annual membership specifically. So we have a $5 tier and a $10 tier. Doesn't matter which one you choose. $5 tier gets you basically like all access and early listening with ad-free. $10 tier includes the ad-free listening as well as the Owlry, which is a bonus piece of content that we make each week. If you sign up for either of those annual memberships, you receive a Gryffindor-themed galleon in the mail with and also a page from one of our books.
Yeah.
If you've not already received one of those. So that is by July 31st, patreon.com/throughthegryffindor. It's going to be in the show notes and all the obvious spots, description box down below if you'd like to check that out.
Yeah, but that is going to do it for us today. Make sure you join us next week for Chapter 6, Draco's Detour, here on Through the Gryffindor.
Today's episode was edited by Ethan Edghill. Vaishon Brandon does our art. Catherine Stein is our production manager, and the show is hosted by me and Jonathan Carlin.